Or just leave it there, sit. We're on film. Sir, I can't hear it.
Put it in the bin. Yes.
I'll go do it. Yes,
Do what? You're childish.
Oh no, I'm British child.
And that's why you're my friends. You missed that shot! You were right next to the bin.
Out of the basketball team. Your mum's out of the basketball team.
That was horrible. That was terrible. Your mum's bouncing balls are good.
So you can hear it, you just need to turn it up.
Pessimistic, but he doesn't take career advice from three old women who've just boiled it.
Since when was Macbeth the documentary?
No, he's a comedian. He's from Class man music. I never knew they had dubstep in this song.
It's a lot simple.
The story of Macbeth starts on a heath, and not a nice heath like this one in Hampstead, but a freezing, snowy heath in Scotland. Macbeth and Banquo are returning from winning battles against Norway and Ireland when they come across three witches.
Oh my god, you smell horrible.
The witches are magical. They're sort of
What it looks like you, Ambrose.
sharp sense. They have some prophecies to impart.
Macbeth will be made Thane of Cawdor.
And later King of Scotland.
Which Macbeth is really excited about, even if it does mean he'll have to support Scotland in the World Cup.
Banquo will never be king, but his heirs will be.
Banquo doesn't believe the prophecies, calling pessimistic, but he doesn't take career advice from three old women who've just boiled a frog. On arriving home, as prophesied, Macbeth is made Thane of Cawdor, which by the way is a sort of Scottish duke. Anyway, Macbeth tells his wife about the witches and she comes up with a plan.
Put up some shelves, clean the car, kill the King of Scotland to fulfil the prophecy, and become king.
When my girlfriend tries to talk me into murdering someone, I think it's time to dump her and start seeing someone else. But not Macbeth. He agrees to go along with the plan, but he's so shaken by the idea of killing the king that he starts freaking out and seeing all these ghostly apparitions of daggers.
What are the prices? That's really scary. Can no one else see that? Guys? So the price.
But despite this, Macbeth goes through with it and murders King Duncan in his bed. After the murder, Lady Macbeth takes charge and plants the murder weapon on the king's guards to frame them.
Could you hold this?
Macbeth blames the guards for the king's murder and kills them too. Duncan's son Malcolm flees to England fearing for his own life, and Macbeth becomes king.
Wow, this hat's heavy.
And now it's time for an interval. Chalk ice, anyone? Only halfway, and we're up to 3 murders, 2 guards and a king. Perhaps this is a good point to clarify that this is Shakespearean tragedy, not some light-hearted rom-com you might have been hoping for.
This is really boring.
Let's ask a question about the play so far.
Flower chalk ice?
No, you're stuck back in the 11th century and they haven't been invented yet. So, who's next to be killed in Lady Macbeth's plan? Is it A, Banquo and his son? B, Macduff? C, the witches?
Macduff. That sounds like some McDonald's.
Phase 2 of Lady Macbeth's plan is to kill Banquo
Oh
and
my
his
God.
son. That way no heirs will have to do anything.
Oh, that's his reaction.
Defense crown.
Oh, this is what he gets boners over.
Not another murder. I got really freaked out by the last one. Remember the dagger?
Don't worry, you don't do this one. Macbeth hires a gang to do the dirty work, but the murder doesn't exactly go to plan and Banquo's son slips away. Now then, this stuff's about to get spooky. At a banquet, Macbeth sees a ghostly vision of his murdered friend Banquo.
I'm having a horrible time.
He had
In need of some
a
help
third
from
nipple
his
too.
career advisors, Macbeth goes back to see the witches.
Here are the prophecies.
They've been there the
Now
whole time.
concentrate because they're like the Times cryptic crossword clues. Really complicated. He's a courtier and was a friend of King Duncan.
Any man born of woman cannot kill.
Is that a guy?
Well, that's everyone, isn't it?
Macbeth is safe until till Burnham Wood comes to Dunsinane Hill.
I got fat noses.
Any more clues? Can I phone a friend? No? That's the last we see of the witches. I don't know what happens to them next, but with magic skills like that, I'm sure they could get a residency in Vegas or something. Meanwhile, back at the play, what does Lady Macbeth imagine she sees on her hands?
Blood.
A.
Poo.
Ink.
Poo.
B. Mud.
It's
Or
poo.
C. Blood.
Poo. It's D. Poo.
Macbeth imagines blood on her hands.
Excuse me. Sorry, but I'm having a bit of trouble. I'm sleepwalking and feeling guilty and imagining I've got spots of blood all over my hands. How damn spot.
Lady Macbeth's going mad. Imagining blood on her hands that she can't wash off no matter how hard she scrubs, and because this is the 11th century and even the most basic of stain removal liquids haven't been invented yet, it drives her so crazy that, well, she kills herself.
Oh no, my wife. It's all going a bit pear-shaped, isn't it?
Macduff gathers an army to march against Macbeth to take his castle and his life. Macduff and his men uproot trees from Burnham Wood to use as camouflage and sneak up to Macbeth's castle.
Sneaky, man.
Fills the witch's
Bloody
prophecy.
hell, man.
Dan,
Where they
there's
gone?
one thing I find totally inconspicuous. It's moving trees getting closer and closer towards my house.
Don't be sarcastic. Now, there is only one more prophecy to be fulfilled, so let's rumble!
Oh, what an idiot. Dan can run faster than you then.
Macbeth boasts he has no reason to fear Macduff, because
I cannot be killed by any man born of woman!
but Macduff declares that he was
From my mother's womb untimely wrecked!
Wait, yeah. What's that mean?
Caesarean section.
Really?
Yeah. Was that too much information?
It's a bit personal, isn't it?
Quite right. I shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
I feel a bit awkward now.
and Macduff cuts off Macbeth's head.
Okay, let's do this.
Off stage.
What?
Well, it says in the stage directions that it happens off stage.
Come on, this stuff was finally getting interesting. We could have got an 18 certificate.
Off stage.
Right. Come on. Ta-da!
Wow, it's a really shit head.
And that's pretty much it. Malcolm becomes king, Macbeth is dead. So what do we learn from this story? Well, don't hang out with the Macbeth
Oh, this bit
family.
coming up is
Don't listen to
really good.
witches. And keep
Watch
your eyes
this.
peeled for moving forests. So lots of things.
And it's finished. There we go. That's story time with Yarg0s Dan.